Hello, everybody. Dustin here, and today I want to talk to you about the end of the operations for now, as well as the history of the operations uh, from start to now, which led to it ending. For now, it's more of a tactical retreat, I guess. It's no reason to feel sad or disheartened. Um, But let's start from the beginning. So when I first began my channel, I already had an idea for the operations, I suppose. Uh, my first video actually started with the idea of if you wanted the English TCG to come to the West, which, good news, we just got that a few days ago. Um, then vote with your wallet, not with petitions and stuff. I saw that statement. I was on board with that statement at first, but gradually I began to think that that wasn't exactly the case. What we needed, obviously, money speaks a lot louder than anything else, but petitions do work. We even got the Digimon story series with a petition in the West. Well, Hacker's Memory and Cyber Sleuth anyway. But petitions do a lot, but if you don't get so many numbers, it ends up mostly just being numbers itself. They'll look at a petition, there'll be names there, but that won't mean much. They'll see numbers and they'll have to think about, well, how many of those people actually will buy the product, and how many of those numbers just signed it because it was easy to do. And so one of the things I thought about to really bring this home and put in a little extra effort is to make a petition myself for Digimon at the time to bring the TCG to the West. However, there's so much more a petition could do for Digimon. We don't even really need a petition of sorts, but to make a petition group of sorts on Facebook where everyone would go and post pictures of themselves enjoying Digimon and like talk about what Digimon meant to them and stuff. As you've seen in Operation Generation of Courage, that's actually what it was based off of, obviously. And this type of petition would allow Bandai to go and every single signature would be a face attached to it. They'd see all of the joy, the hype, all of the energy that their series was bringing, and obviously, as businessmen, they'd still have to consider like how many of people would actually buy the product and whatnot. But adding that component would do a lot for the series. However, I realized that I actually had a lot to say on the matter. And as I thought of all the videos that I was going to make leading up to Operation Generation of Courage, I realized that I may as well make 11 videos or 3 months worth of videos and that way in every video I could announce a crest and then work my way back. In fact, if you go back to my original Shadow Demon Talks videos, you'll hear a little bit about the operations at the end of each video. And as the videos progressed, I got more and more ideas of like how we could really bring life and energy to this. And then it started to become this like wholesome project of what good could we do, not just for Digimon, but for the world, and to make the world look at Digimon, to really like get its eyes on Digimon in a really good aspect and make people look at the Digimon community as, hey, I want to be a part of that community, and have us reaching our hands out, but as well as just being better ourselves. And so that led to the concept of all of the operations, not just the first one that I had in mind. And after that, I realized during this time, first of all, I'd need to use my channel to try to get as many like followers and whatnot as possible to become bigger, so I'd have more of an audience when this started happening, as well as I need to start reaching out to other channels, other YouTubers, but not just YouTubers, Twitch streamers, artists, and so on. because the more people I reached out to, the bigger the impact this would all have, and it would be great. And honestly, when we got within about a month of the operations, I started getting worried. Like, I only managed to recruit like 30 people. The channel was still small. Obviously, I went a little too fast, although at the same time, the operations were never originally conceived to be that big of a project. And so when the operation started, and none of the people I recruited really put out content because it was supposed to be like a big bomb that when the timer reached 0, everyone would just flood the community with content, and that would really draw people in. I was a little worried, but I understood. Like, everyone was probably looking at everyone else, and because while they'd want to be a part of something big, they wouldn't want to take that step into something that was going to die or not be that important, because the operations obviously involved putting yourself out there in a way that most people wouldn't feel entirely comfortable with, which was kind of the point. So on to another aspect of the operations, which is leading to this early end until probably around this time next year. A big component of our society nowadays is being able to read the room, like read the mood. A lot of animes like show this off really well. I think the best one, which is what the entire anime was based off of, was Rascal Dreams of Bunny Girl. Although you can see it in a lot of others about what's proper and whatnot, and how what's becoming proper in our society is gradually turning into like a very negative thing, where going out of your way to do something good is generally not frowned upon, but it's something that you don't want to put yourself out there because you might fail, and if you do, you look dumb, and if you succeed, no one expected it of you, and you might not get anything out of it. So we're almost encouraged to do negative things before positive things. And part of this operation is to fight against this mood, to fight against this very oppressive feeling, to read the room and go against it. And this week wasn't Generation of Sincerity. That was next week. But it is Generation of Knowledge. And so I will say, to ignore the room, to ignore the mood, is an extremely bad thing, because it exists for a reason. It exists to both make you aware of everyone else's feelings. If you just completely fight against it, you're being egotistical, and you're not taking others' feelings into account. But also, if you're not able to read the room, you're not able to actually use that to accomplish your goals. And so with the operations, I continued, even though there was only like 2 of us, 3 of us. Obviously, there was more people supporting the operations, but only so many of us were taking part, and good things were coming of it. From those taking part, I really enjoyed what I saw. It was really good, wholesome content. But it was still pretty far from what it could have been. And where I'm at now is that the operations aren't doing anything for the Digimon franchise. It's obviously not helping it grow at all. It's not doing anything for the Digimon community because no one's taking part. It's not doing anything for my channel. It was never supposed to do anything for my channel. However, again, if my channel doesn't grow, then that's less people I reach with the operations, which means that it will continually do less. And so with all that said, I think that the operations need to take a back seat for a while, and my channel will go on to do what it used to do. It'll go on to show people how the franchise can be supported better to become more mainstream, more popular, and so it can produce more things, so we can get more of the Digimon TCG, so it doesn't die like other card games. So we get more movies, so the anime keeps going with a higher budget, so we get more good video games, as well as obviously bringing you those video games, because I enjoy playing video games, I enjoy watching anime, and so on. So I'll keep reporting on that, and I'll keep obviously playing the card game and bringing you all of that. I may also like reach out into other communities, because obviously I love Digimon, but it's not my only hobby. And if I reach a broader audience, then when I'm talking about Digimon, I'll be able to bring others into the community. So if you saw my last video and you were working with the riddle but didn't get it, my friend ended up getting me Gundam Maxi Boost on. It's probably one of my favorite fighting games of all time, even though the network is kind of wonky. And I'm not great at it, but I'll probably end up streaming that, because it's so hype, and I really hope that if there's a Digimon fighting game, that it'll follow in the Maxi Boost style, because I could definitely see a lot of the Royal Knights fighting like that, and it'd be cool to start up. Anyway, that's a different tangent. So the operations will end here for now. I'll probably retool a lot of the groups, and they'll take a back seat for a year while I focus on improving the channel, getting more followers to watch the channel. And during that time, if you think the operations were a good idea, if you think that what they were doing was a good thing, then you can work on, first of all, thinking of how to promote them next time, as well as just getting your friends, family, whoever to work on doing these cool things that the operations were doing, because again, they were like things to improve people's lives, or to get them to step up and do good things for themselves. And I think that pretty much covers what I had planned to say. So until next time, guys, stay wholesome.